Bam, now we're live. There you go.
Hello.
Hello?
On the actual audio version of this thing, we're going to hear just a slight, hey, we're live, and then, hey, we're live again. Because I forgot to hit record on our Zoom podcast for people that like to watch us on YouTube, because we had like over 60 views on the last one, so that's pretty exciting.
We're getting there. We're almost famous.
75 this time. That's it.
Oh, wait.
That's right.
Next time it'll go higher because I'm here.
That may or may not be true, 100%.
People love Mike.
Hey, people like Mike. You're lucky I didn't put my my San Francisco background back on.
Oh,
That's
oh
right.
no, not that again.
That's right. So, I mean, the one of the main reasons why I wanted to do the podcast is Mike, for people watching Mike get upset there, he's got a weird noise in the background. It's driving me nuts, so I muted him.
I don't hear it.
I know.
Robot.
One of the main reasons why we wanted to get this podcast out in a quick fashion is because, bam, we are back open with in-person classes. This is week 2 for New Sudbury. And
Yep.
then, of course, we start in the South End next week, Sonia. So Sonia's pretty jacked about that. Sonia, what's the schedule out there?
Listen, it's going to be a lot of fun. So Monday and Wednesday, we have the same schedule. We have kids karate at 5, kids kickboxing at 6. We have adult kickboxing at 7. And then Tuesday and Thursday, we have adult kickboxing only at 8 o'clock. So we have a full 4-day schedule, and I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah, I mean, we got the 4 days. We're starting with 4 days next week as well in New
5 days.
So, or 5 days, that's right, yeah. So, I mean, and we're basically offering all the classes except for jiu-jitsu at this point.
Yeah.
And I got my application in with the OJA to hopefully get approved for, to be opened by them. So that's coming soon.
It's a great day to be alive, guys. We're open.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of cool to do the Muay Thai class last night and then see the people behind doing the workout. And I was doing it through Zoom, but it was cool to see people there hitting the bags. It's pretty awesome.
I was gonna
Motivating to see other people work out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know how everybody else does it, but I don't put it on the gallery view. Like I normally just put it on the speaker view when I'm doing the Zoom meetings, because I mean, whatever. I mean, I'd rather see a big screen than a bunch of small screens. But it was cool to see the people in the background
That's awesome.
doing the combos and stuff. So yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, do you feel like it changes the vibe at all of the online class at all?
Yeah, a little bit. You know what, I could tell, and maybe I'm wrong, Sonia, but you were jacked last night, and that was cool. Like you were like clearly excited and motivating about like for both. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's a different vibe because
It was a lot of fun. Like having people behind me was definitely a change. Like I felt like when I was dancing and people, like it wasn't just like, alone. Like I felt like the hype was real. It was awesome. Not saying the Zoom classes aren't hype, but there's totally a difference of having people in the gym and being able to transfer that energy onto Zoom it's great.
honestly, there was part of me last night that was like, man, I wish I was in the gym right now. So it just like, when you go there so often for so long and you haven't been there in a while, it's kind of like, oh, cool. I'd like to go back and hit some pads there. Right. So, well, I mean, that day's coming, I know. So it's good.
It's definitely coming. I think that'll be the next step for sure. Because I remember when we actually getting back to the vibe a little bit. I remember when I think our first or second Zoom class, when Sonia and I were at the club doing it, and it was so strange to be so quiet. Like for anyone who's come to New Sudbury, even South End, like, it's loud when there's a lot of people in there with the classes going on. And I remember we had to mute the classes at first because, there's so many people and, you can't get all the background noise coming in, right? So we mute the class and it's just us. And we're like, hey guys, go, we're going to jab, cross, power, kick times 2, ready, and bam, go. And then it's like,
It was in the quietest little, it was just like one person. It's like, what?
It's absolutely like dead silent. For us on this end, it's dead silence, right? Because everyone's muted. So we don't hear the people hitting the bags at home. We don't hear the joking. So I mean, at first it was like crickets, like for us, and it took a little bit of getting used to. And then, you kind of learn to bring that hype and realize that, you kind of get the facial reactions from each little different square of people that are kind of laughing at your joke or, thinking you're crazy. And so I guess yesterday, and I had done the kids karate before that, and Sonia did the kickboxing, and it's just so interesting because, you know, you throw out that vibe and all of a sudden you hear people behind you and you're like, oh, that's right. There's people here too. You know, so,
Someone finally laughed at my joke and I was like, whoa, wow, that's so nice.
damn, I am funny.
See,
Man,
I'm gonna have to mix it up a little bit because when I'm at home and like I'm grinding through round number 2, there's some, you know, expletives that come out of my mouth when I'm like hitting the pad sometimes. So I mean, I don't want to be like, you know, yelling and screaming at the gym. So like, when I go back,
Part about the mute button.
listen,
what's that, Mike?
whisper it. You can do it under your breath. You can whisper it. That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. You know how you hear like the guys when they box and they, you know, they like they breathe out when they punch. It's like, you know, that kind of like I'm doing all that stuff now because I don't know why. Just like I've developed a habit, so I'm like, I don't want to be the crazy loud guy.
You not hear us at the gym?
That's what I mean. That's what it feels like. I'm like, oh, like,
No, but
like my wife comes down and she's like, "Oh, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just hitting the bag," you know. So it's
that's actually what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons why people do that is so that they don't hold their breath while they're
That's right.
strikes. It kind of like forces them to breathe. You'll see people do that when they fight, like with the you know, and striking. So they force themselves to breathe versus, you know, the and holding their breath is not going to work, right?
Listen, the louder you yell, the harder you hit. I
There you
truly
go.
believe that. So
Oh, trust me, I've yelled pretty loud a couple times. So
Yeah, I've been practicing that since a kid with the, you know, you know, with all the cool sound effects. You know, you know, yeah, I had the robots.
good stuff. Good stuff.
we all have to develop our own sound.
Right? Well, you do like you know who's if you walk in the gym you can't see like you hear people around you know who's training because you hear like the different like grunting and different breathing like yes Crystal's here today.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Crystal, that would be a laugh, big laugh.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's Crystal.
Are you talking about champion Crystal?
That's right. She is a provincial champ for sure.
And she's laughing at people. That's awesome.
So funny.
Provincial champ.
Love it. I remember one day I was doing I logged in onto the Zoom class and John's like, Sonia's favorite, the bear hops. And I yelled, like I swore, thinking I was on mute, assuming I was on mute, but I really wasn't. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely an adjustment, not like.
I remember that. Yeah, we're probably gonna have a lot of people doing that to us for a while. Yeah.
You know what? It makes it more fun. It's okay. As long as it's for the adult class and the kids class, we're good.
You know what? I'll tell you something though. At the beginning, I literally could do like 3 or 4 bear hops, and now I'm probably like 45 seconds out of the minute where I can go nonstop. So there's progress.
I went from being able to do the whole round to being like 10 seconds at a time.
Adam,
Oh, really? You went the other way?
10 seconds, cuss a little bit. 10 seconds, cuss a little bit.
I hate those things. They suck. But
were your legs sore today, Adam?
yeah.
Okay,
Like,
I don't know.
I'm not like I don't have the DOMs yet. Like I'm not stiff yet, but I was fatigued this morning a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was just me because, you know, Caroline took over last week's workout. She hijacked it a little bit, but this week, like, my legs were so tired.
Oh, you were dragging this morning for sure.
Oh, I was like, man, I'm watching everybody else and I'm like, fuck, I look like horrible trying to keep up to these people. It was bad, you know, like, and I came to a point where I couldn't even hide it anymore. I'm like, man, this is just, you know, okay, guys, today I'm the one suffering too. So,
but you know what? Everybody's got those days, right? Like, I mean, I had one last week where I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. There's nothing happening. I just like, couldn't, every punch hurt, you know what I mean? Or ever was like, you know, nothing was working for me. So, but,
and I literally like laid down after, you know, like Dave was here and he was like, what's wrong, Dad? I'm like, nothing. Caroline came down, she had to do something. And you know, she's making some breakfast and I had the baby and like, I'm laying down with the baby beside me. And I'm like, I don't even want to get up right now. That's crazy.
You know what though? You mentioned allergies too, and mine have been bad too. Once the grass hits, mine are bad. And I swear that knocks the crap out of you too. Like that drags you out.
Now that you mention it, that's exactly what it was. The allergies were probably affecting my legs, and you know, it was a rough one today.
What do you think about that, Mike? Do you agree? Do you think it was the allergies, or do you think it was John's lack of training last week?
Well, you know what? Today my legs were good, so I really don't understand what's wrong with John. But he does complain about the allergies a lot.
They do suck.
Listen, I'm allergic to my zoo at home. Like I'm allergic to my cats, my dogs. I have a reaction. Like if it's depending on the weather, I have worse allergies at home. Like, but I still managed to do it, John. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? Here's my story. Okay, so I'm very allergic to cats, but when I met my wife, she had a cat, and I toughed it out for 2 years living with a cat, where I was taking like Allegra like every day. But now we're married.
And the
And
cat
yeah.
had to go.
Is the cat still there?
Oh God, no. So oddly enough, we found out that she was also allergic to cats. So
And
that was
like,
an
thank
easy
God.
that was an easy decision after that. So
Can't imagine.
Oh
she's
man.
like, I wonder why I'm always congested. I'm like, you're probably allergic to cats too. Go get checked. And sure enough, that's what happened.
It's funny. It's always like the pet lovers that have the allergies. It's like
I will never get rid of mine, no matter how bad it gets.
you're the cat lady.
Cats forever.
Did
Listen.
I ever tell you guys the story of
Forever.
the first house that I ever showed like 15 years ago? Okay,
Oh,
and we're out in like Dowling or something like that, and there's a note on the listing. It says, "Do not let the cats out." Right, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I go and open the door, and I didn't even have a chance to let the cat was already out the door. Like it just took off. So here I am, like allergic to cats, and you can't call a cat, right? You can't be like, "Hey, come here," you know. So I told my clients to go into the house, and I go and I find this cat. I grab it. It's clawing me. It's scratching me. My arms are all swollen up and whatever. I throw the cat back inside, and they're like, "Oh no, it wasn't for us." I'm like, "Oh well, at least I got scratched up, so it was good."
Imagine you grab the
It was right for you either.
What's that, Mike?
I said it doesn't sound like it was the right one for you either.
No, that wasn't. I almost quit that day.
Oh, good thing you didn't.
me and Caroline lived at my sister's for a bit, like in between houses. And, she had a cat and it was an indoor cat. And every time Caroline would come in or go outside or whatever with the dog, the cat would bolt. And then Caroline, of course, would blame it on me. So Caroline's trying to chirp me from upstairs, but she knows it's true. So anyway, the cat would go outside so often that, how long, I forget how long we've been here, probably about 3 years now. So anyway, we're at my sister's place for my nephew's graduation on the weekend. And I see the cat outside and I'm like, I said that cat was an indoor cat. My sister was like freaking out every time the cat went outside. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to mention no names, but since Caroline's been here, the cat's been outside, become an outdoor cat now. So she has a similar story.
That's funny.
So the moral of this story is let's not like cats in the gym.
That's right. No cats in the gym.
No
We
cats
need a
in the
cat.
gym.
We need a gym cat. I don't know, man.
Cats and kittens
Advice
only.
away.
Tigers only.
Yeah. For all the
Lion den, lions only. Haracha, jiu-jitsu.
Oh, she's here all week, guys. She's here all week.
yeah.
Come see me in the South End. Jokes will be on fire.
Oh, actually, getting back to those classes in person.
Perfect circle.
Absolutely.
Segue.
Back into that. Come and see Sonia in the South End. However, aren't you fully booked, Sonia, for adult classes already?
Listen, we are fully booked on Monday, actually, already. We were fully booked on Wednesday, but then realized it was Canada Day, so we had to cancel that one. And then I believe the Monday after, we are also fully booked. So Tuesday, Thursday, they're still up for grabs. And then, yeah.
See, I tried to get in the North End class tomorrow night for Muay Thai, and you're already booked.
I was booked last week.
That was, yeah, I know. That went real fast.
You know what? Because originally, like when we talked about opening up the days of the week, because we have, people are concerned. People have some concerns on how things are done, but I think that people are seeing, all the cleaning because we put the posts up after every class. We want to make sure people.
Good job.
Yeah, we're trying to, build everyone's confidence and they can see that everything's being done 100%, as per industry standards. And, I think like people are feeling more and more comfortable, come to class, and man, like those 2 days booked up quick. And then we haven't even really put it out there yet. Up until now, about the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And like already, like we're booked up this week. So like people are definitely eager to get back into training, even if it's just hitting the bag for now. Right. So, or I think
you still figure you're a couple weeks away from any BJJ training, right? Like you said with the dummies, so you're still thinking, or?
Yeah, the way right now anyway, the returned activity for the PSO being the OJA for jiu-jitsu, they're basically saying that there's no contact, of course. So we probably start off with the dummies, and then everyone's speculating. There's obviously this is not everyone's speculating that hopefully, as Ontario sort of moves through different phases, the PSOs are going to allow us to, work with bubbles or family members or something like that. And then, then it's going to be go time, because that's what probably people are waiting for the jiu-jitsu side anyway, because it's kind of hard to train with the dummy. There's a lot of different things we can do, but I think people that are into jiu-jitsu, they want to have that resistance training with a partner.
Yeah, you got to feel the resistance on the other side for sure, right? It's different.
Yeah. So I think that's what a lot of people are waiting for. But hopefully, actually, I haven't really been listening to Premier Ford's announcements. Has anybody here been listening to them?
Not even a little bit.
No, I've honestly, when Sonia knows, I don't know how many hours a day we spend working on trying to get the gym ready and open for all of our different classes. I have not been in tune at all with any of the news media or anything like that that's gone out. So
I'll read the highlights sometimes, if they're talking about the schools reopening or something, but otherwise I'm over it.
Well, hopefully the trends are positive, as in they keep coming down, and hopefully, I think someone said Toronto's reopening now.
Yeah, that's reopening, I think.
Oh, they reopened Toronto. There's only one area, and I can't remember where it is.
Peel or something.
It's still in phase 1.
Okay, so that's, to me, that's a positive thing. If they're opening up there, hopefully, regionally we're going to move into stage 3, and that means more higher numbers and more, I don't want to call it contact, but eventually the contact sports will come back at some point, right? So
bigger classes as well.
Yeah, the bigger classes. I can't wait till they lift that number up past.
Yeah.
And then we can open up more spots. I don't want to say I hate. I really feel bad when we don't have spots open for people. It kills me, and that's why we jumped and opened up. So now we got for Muay Thai. Technically, we have 5 a week. So that should be hopefully enough to accommodate most of our members type thing. And then a lot of people are still quite happy being on Zoom, and a lot of people are quite comfortable doing that from their home. Some people actually even prefer it. So hopefully we can kind of make everybody happy on the different things that we're doing.
Yeah, it's nice to have options. You can cater to just about everybody, and even if you can't, you don't have the time to run to the gym, then you might have that 30 minutes, but not the full hour. You know what I mean? So you can at least get a workout in your home. So
yeah,
you have to work late or something. You can't make it for 7, but you can make it home for 7. That's easy peasy. If you have kids, if you have whatever you have to do, you have an option.
Well, that's what happened the night. I was working right until 6:30. Basically, I got home and threw on my gi, and next thing you know, we're into class, right? So it was good because otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to make it to the gym in time, right? So that was good.
I tell you, this is not just a shameless plug for the fitness classes, but I'm telling you, they've literally changed my entire fitness workout regime, from non-existent pretty much, other than martial arts, to semi-acceptable with these fitness classes.
I love the fitness classes. I think it's such a great idea and such an easy way to get a fitness class in.
Maybe we should clarify that people love my fitness classes.
I can't do that.
Right? Yeah.
Where is she chirping you again?
She's probably listening somewhere, so it's funny.
I got you, Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline's fitness classes are okay. If you're just starting out,
I'm just waiting for something to fly across the room and hit him in the back of the head now.
Gabriella.
Yeah. No, the fitness classes, and we offer those 6 days a week, and I think it's done wonders. For myself personally, I told you my goal is to get those lines there, and they're coming.
They're getting there.
They're getting there. I remember you see some of the people when they flex and they got those lines and it's all defined. I'm like, that's it. That's my goal. My goal is to get swole, man. So we're gonna get there eventually.
I've got more leg muscles than I ever had before, and I thought I had leg muscles before.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. People are actually, there's some of our people, man, they flex, and I'm like, whoa, where'd that come from?
I'm super jealous of a lot of people. I'm like, man, I wish I looked like that.
No, I keep referring back to this morning. I felt like I was like, oh my God, why are they still going? And we're ending this. This is it.
Are you guys running class early?
That's progress, though. And you know what? Honestly, and if we, I have no intention of stopping, but I just imagine myself. I'm like, okay, I've done pretty well so far with my gains.
100%.
Like I can imagine what it's going to be like in a year. You know what I mean? If we're sitting here this time next year and I haven't stopped, we haven't stopped, then, you know, I mean, what's it going to be? We're going to be a bunch of monsters. It's
Well, I'll
amazing.
tell you, we're not going to stop.
You don't want to mess with us.
If you stop, I will, you know, borderline harass you text message.
You're going to call me out.
Borderline?
Yeah, borderline.
That or show up at your door.
Yeah, that's right. You are
I'm
not.
telling you right now, guys, just so you know, I'm going camping next week for 5 days
Boo.
with no cell reception, but I'm starting on Wednesday. And so I've got a lot of workouts that I can get in, but I'm bringing my resistance bands and everything. So whatever you guys want to give me to do when I'm gone, I'll do it. I promise. I'll take selfies and everything. So it'll be like Sebri MMA goes camping.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's another class maybe eventually.
Exactly.
Use this
I
stuff
can-
from around the forest.
Yeah.
Do chin-ups on trees and whatever. Run away from bears.
Yeah,
I think we need to have Sebri MMA like army hikes. You know what I mean?
that would be cool.
Get the backpacks and go rock climbing and stuff. So it'd be
That would
cool.
definitely be cool.
Sure.
All right. Well, it is getting a little late. I appreciate you guys coming on to you know, throw out this podcast for people. I know everyone's kind of wondering what our schedules look like, and I think we just posted a whole bunch of. I think we spammed it everywhere, right, Sonia?
Yeah.
And
For sure.
we will continue to spam it incessantly, and
Always.
so people
Correct.
can, yeah, you know, until people you know, kind of get used to the new schedule. Not that it's that much different, you know, but
I will send it to people personally if they want it.
yeah, 100%.
You know what? Then there's no excuse for people to say, I didn't know when it was. I couldn't do it, right? So
Oh yeah, no, we don't. That's not actually. We will find people. I find them on all social media platforms. You seen me on TikTok?
I've seen you
Maybe
call
I'm
people
like
out
the
before.
fire, so
Yeah. Right on. Well, thank you very much, guys. And you know what? Hey, if anybody out there in podcasting land has any questions for any of us, reach out to us all. There's a lot of people here at the club that can help people get, you know, online or back on the mats, man.
yeah.
Sweet.
You also
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Take care.